Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Normally whenever we do roundups, we like to do like a specific hobby or industry like gardening, or we'll kind of highlight random builds that have been shared throughout the week, and we'll just pick out some unique things about them and kind of highlight the hacks and different things. But we wanted to do roundups that coincide with the new connector overview and assembly videos that we're working on, and these roundups are going to focus in on the connector. We're not really going to focus on the build per se, but really just see how the connector is used within projects so you guys can get a better understanding of how you guys can incorporate them and use them in your projects. And the first one that we're going to be doing is the adjustable angle connector. You'll find the new overview and assembly video on the product page and on the YouTube channel for MakerPipe, and this video is going to kind of go along with that, and you can go watch that if you want to see how to put it together and kind of the general features and everything. But here we're going to go through and see how it's used so you guys can get ideas for using it in your builds. So first up, we're going to rapidly go through quite a few builds that use it in the most common way, which is to make braces that you wouldn't use a 45-degree brace, or rather you can't use a 45-degree brace, because technically the 45-degree brace with the 45-degree connector is going to be stronger than the adjustable angle and cheaper, but it doesn't always work out that way. You can't always use the 45-degree connector, so you might have to use an adjustable angle depending on if the triangle you're trying to make, or depending on the varying different degrees and angles that you need to make for your braces. So that's the most common use, and as we can see here, it's used in that way to add an angled brace, or here in this case, it's making a triangle shape here to hold up these solar panels. Same thing here in the front to hold this sunshade on this shop here from Two Tool Designs. We can see it's also used in this same way here. And you can imagine if you tried to use a 45-degree connector, you're going to be limited to that angle and where that falls on the pipe. So in this specific project, and all these different projects, they wanted to brace a specific point, and if they tried to use a 45-degree connector, they wouldn't really be able to do that. So that's why the adjustable angle is used over the 45, and it comes in handy in different ways. As we can see here, same thing here in this one. They wanted to brace from the top to the very back of this stand. Same thing here for this awning. They wanted to brace from the wall here to go up to this awning, and then they attached it at a certain point to angle this so the rain would fall off. Same thing here with this build. This is really unique. They have these verticals that go straight up, and then the adjustable angle connects to this, and they're using the adjustable angle, the top part of it, to allow you to grab onto this crazy roof that they made with bent conduit, and it's really fascinating, but they really wouldn't have been able to do this with any of the other connectors. So that's why the adjustable angle is, comes in handy in this way. Same thing here, quite a few just different ways that we're seeing that people are just bracing. And this you could probably get away with using a 45-degree connector, but you can see that the triangle is not even like it would be with a 45-degree, where if you had the same kind of angle from the top to the bottom, you can see here it's different angles, and it kind of creates a different brace. And then here, another kind of a good example, they've got these legs coming off the front of their build, and basically wanted to have them strategically placed and running down to the floor. And also something that comes in handy is, because it's adjustable, you could loosen it slightly and then swivel the pipe out of the way if you want to. We'll see some other builds that utilize that functionality. But here we've got the same kind of thing here, where they wanted to brace the structure, and they combined it with the adjustable 180 to add this triangle brace here for this sunshade. And then here's where we start seeing some unique cases where they're using the different functionalities of the adjustable angle hinge. So in this case, this is a folding duck blind. Basically, they've got the pipes that go from one side to the other, and then the adjustable angle grabs onto that and kind of makes different folding panels using the you can just use the 5mm hex wrench to loosen it, or you can get some of the quick clamps and make an adjustable angle that way, or a quick release that way, which is really cool. And then same kind of thing here with this build. This was a canopy that was shared, and it slides out of the roof rack, and then the arm or the leg will fold down. They use the adjustable angle connector to allow that to happen, which again wouldn't be possible if you tried to use pretty much any other connector, because this is made for this reason. So that's really cool. And then same kind of thing here. This is really unique bracing in this one. This has got a folding. This is also a duck blind. But this is made to fold down and just has all kinds of crazy braces, and obviously it's a lot of pipes and connectors, and it kind of keeps you from having to be super exact whenever you're cutting pipes and everything. You don't have to get the angles perfectly like you would if you were using a rigid angle. So that's really cool. And then here we can see this is a bracing technique I don't think I've seen very often, but it's super smart, and I think more people should incorporate it into their builds. Basically, it's basically the 45-degree connector is going to be locked into this plane. So you'd have to brace from this horizontal pipe to this vertical pipe here, normally with the 45. But they're using the adjustable angle, basically just kind of rotated slightly, and then they've got the angle tilted, and it runs up and grabs onto the adjustable angle up here. And I guess technically you could do the same thing with a 45-degree connector, but again, you're going to be locked into that set angle, and it really wouldn't be possible in this particular build because the angle is just going to be too harsh and it's going to go way off to the side, and you can't really change it. That's the whole point of the adjustable angle. And this is a really good bracing technique, like I said, we haven't seen a ton of. Basically, they wanted to add bracing from this part up here that's under a lot of tension and load because this is a trebuchet, and then it goes down to the side, and that's just a really strong bracing idea that they came up with, which is really cool. And then here's a good example of something unique. This has got a bent frame. They used a handheld pipe and tube bender to bend this outer frame here, and they use the adjustable angle to grab onto that just to add a nice, just a rigid pull from one side to the other, which is really good and wouldn't have been possible with a 45 or a T, because they use the T connectors here on this straight part to get to the other side. But here, because this is an angle, because they bent it, if you would have added a T, it would have went off to the side. So they used the adjustable angle to grab onto the bent pipe and add the other pipe across, which is really smart. And then here we can see kind of a unique scenario of the adjustable angle where they use the end clamp to make a mounting point on their pedicab canopy. As you can see here, the eye hook runs through the end clamp, which is really, really cool. And then we see the same kind of thing done here on this build from Two Tool Designs. Again, he made custom brackets where basically the conduit goes and attaches inside the end clamp and then secures to custom brackets that he made here. And this makes an adjustable canopy for his shop, which is really cool. So like I said, we wanted to do this to kind of help you guys get some better ideas on how the connectors work and how they're used in projects. Hope you found this helpful and useful. If you did, leave a like and consider subscribing. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.